webs right now, connecting to all of the nodes, making all of the connections to be here now in this moment with you. Thank you for joining us, Shannon. I do believe what a pleasure it is to have you here with me. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna add a few trillion molecules of water to this cup. Is it trillions? Probably in the orders of magnitude of the billions. Maybe not completely trillions. There's 100 trillion cells in your body, right? And I weigh about 80 kilograms. Let's work that to 100 kilograms. So 10 kilograms would be 10 trillion cells, would be 1 trillion cells. Yeah, so half a trillion, at least. At least half a trillion water molecules have just been poured into my cup. Right? Like just that. Like we don't understand, we don't even grasp remotely how large we actually are, even though we're so small in the scale of infinity, that we can literally with a single cup of water consume 500 billion of something. Of water molecules, sure, but still, 500 billion of anything is absolutely absurd. It's not really what I want to talk about today. I I had a friend suggest to me, Melida to be specific, and she's not here right now. She's on adventures of life right now. She's actually taking a little bit of a day off from technology, to be completely, straight, transparent. I don't exactly know what word I'm supposed to use, but a topic that she suggested. Why can't I words right now? That we should talk about is roles. How we play these roles, like daughter, like son, like father, like mother, like brother, to people in our lives, and we can get so stuck seeing people as their roles, to the point where we cannot see them as an actual person, but instead we look at them as their role first and foremost. Like I'm looking at Christian right now, and I see him as me. I see him as me if I grew up as him, with his parents, with his dad, with his life, with his country of origins. That is what I would have been like if I was him. Right? Like that whole trip. And then if I only saw him in a certain way, right? If I only knew him in part, like I'm trying to think what I was thinking about Christian the first time that I saw him. I felt Christian was an irritable, uninterested individual when I first met him.
I still am.
He still is, but I love him to bits for it. And I actually get to, like this is technically the way our friendship started, where I was invited over by a friend. Yeah, he's still a friend. A friend we have, Adam. I haven't seen him in a while now, and I do believe he's in Pretoria, so he's probably less than 30 kilometers away from me right now. But he hasn't sent me messages in like months. But he basically introduced us by inviting me over to the commune Christian was living in as well. And I guess, on the most extreme of levels, the role that Christian played was like a member of the commune. And a commune that instantly sounds like a yikes word. It was basically a house that had a singular big kitchen, multiple rooms, where a bunch of college students paid for a room to stay in, instead of having to pay for the entire apartment building. And one of those students was Christian. And like it was, I wanted to be his friend, I wanted to be his friend. Like I consider one of the roles that I play the role of a friend. And I'm curious.
I did not want to be his friend.
Yeah, like why did you allow me to play that role? What exactly did I do?
I don't think I allowed you, bro. I think you kind of forced it. Someone who's kind of forced.
You are my friend now. No, I'm not. Yes. Yes, you are. The roles we play. So I'm going to write friend on the main paper. And then I'll write role on the inside of the Garrick. Hey, it's a Mammy. So cool to have you here, friend. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, Mammy? How's the kids? How are you? How's the cooking? So stereotypical Mammy questions, but what do we do? Hi, Melton, more friends. Hope your day is meaningful and filled with purpose. In the role that you play, how can you fulfill that role purposefully? What a cool question that is to ask myself right now. Indeed. And Gieselings? I'm guessing that's supposed to be greetings. But Gieselings, I don't think it's a word actually, but Gies is the word we use for soul in Afrikaans.
Isn't it seal?
Ziel is ook ene, maar Gees is ook ene. We have multiple words for soul. Die Gees in jou. Technically, Gees would be spirit, if you want to get technical about it, really technical about it. So, spiritlings. Lungs. We do use the lings as well, the INGs. Indeed, and the Gieselings, upon you hoof it, and farty friends. Thank you for joining us, Gabby Goo. It's nice to have you. Roles. The roles we play. Have you asked yourself what role you play, friend? Have you considered the fact that your role is essential? And not only is it essential, but you can't help but play it. Right? You can't not be yourself. Can you? Can you not be yourself, Christian?
No.
Like my
No,
trip.
genuinely.
Yeah, like my
It's
trip
not-
that I'm
it's
going
not
through right
possible.
now. Is
You can
that-
only get told by other people that you're not being yourself.
Yeah.
And their perception of you isn't you.
It's when you stop playing the role that they thought you were, that you're no longer yourself. You know, if you were a timid, pushover friend, and then suddenly you start standing up for yourself and actually not being abused or not allowing abuse, then suddenly, oh, how dareth thine be so different, right? You were playing this role of a victim, this role of a pushover this whole time, so how dare you not get pushed over? Ciao? How about that, friend? Why do we do that? You know, and to pay heed to it in a way where we can realize that in any moment you're choosing to play a role. You're choosing to play a role, and sometimes the roles we play sucks ass. Sucks so much ass. All of the ass at the same time. You know?
There's only so much ass you can suck before it gets kind of concerning.
Dude, have you experienced what it's like to be put in a role and to be expected to only play that role?
Oh yeah.
Have you experienced what humans are like or how they react when you stop playing your role? I'm tripping out actually asking you that question because I'm answering them for myself as well. Goots. Goots. Take goot. Maybe God means gooseness? I said what I said. Okay. Gieselings. 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 Spiritlings. I do kind of like it. I do kind of like it. Maybe you just made a new Afrikaans word, Gab. Gieselingen. I don't like the more I say it, the more it makes sense to my brain. Trying to find the room for it in my Afrikaans mind. But still, no. Thank you, back at you, infamous sock. How cool having you here, Fred. Thank you for joining us today. How do you feel? What role have you been playing, or at least what role have you been seeing people play poorly? You know, and that poorly can be completely relative, of course. In fact, probably is. But just have you been paying attention? Pay attention how attached people become to their roles. Pay attention to how people identify with their roles. Pay attention to how people pursue certain roles, imagining that a role is going to give them a certain sense of satisfaction, a certain sense of completion, certain belief that they are more worthy than not. I have and I am. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you. Oh, it's so nice to have you here, Shannon. Isaac is here as well, saying good morning, friend. Melton friends, good morning to you. So nice to have you here, brother Isaac. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's nice to have you. Isaac, good morning. Thank you for saying hi, Shannon. To our beloved friends. Nonetheless, I'm going to take the role to join Christian.
45 minutes. And I swear to God, if it hits 4:15 and that thing isn't done, SDR, I will throw you off the balcony.
Instantly, my brain is like, oh, you want to fucking go? You want to die?
Bro, I will kill you with your own PC.
What the fuck, dude? No, Christian, I don't bring my PC into this, dude. You want to bring my PC into this? It's like bringing the wife into the fight or something, dude. I'm gonna fucking throw you with your wife.
That'll be impressive.
It would be impressive if you, fight me with a wife or fight me with the PC?
Wife. I'll beat you to death with your wife.
I'm just imagining these two dudes wielding their wives by the ankles, dude, fighting each other like swords.
What was that one stupid anime called like Ragnarok or some shit where the
Oh.
Valkyries turned into weapons?
Yeah, I think it's called Ragnarok.
God, that's fucking stupid anime.
There might be something else like that as well, actually. I'm trying to remember now. Fate Zero?
Yeah, but fate has to do with servants, not like people turning into weapons.
That's true. You gonna come and sit next to me?
I was thinking of lying down.
I mean, lie down next to me. Skitty.
I'm feeling lazy this Friday. I've worked my ass off. I was supposed to get a half day today, but no!
I was thinking about that. I was like, why is this dude not back yet?
Oh.
What happened to half days? Playing a role as a friend. Do you think there's a better role to play, Christian, than a friend?
Yeah,
What's the better role, dude?
a sex slave.
Sex slave is a better role than friend? To who?
Mm.
To the person having the role played for them, or to the actual role player?
What's the male version of a dominatrix? A dominator?
The only word I know for a male prostitute is gigolo, but I believe that's someone
A
that...
dominatrix isn't a female prostitute, come on.
Dominatrix is a power play individual. Oh my goodness, Natalie, I gave a similar scarf to my daughter. Only hers is an infinity scarf, of course it is. Natalie. Also, Natalie Portman says that this is acceptable human closeness. This is acceptable human closeness. Feeling alright. We've been debating the adoption of a sweet puppy, going back and forth on it. As my mind had tense. The decision of whether or not you get a puppy, of course. Do that image, Jasmine. Take Jasmine in chainsaw form. Yes. Yes, Isaac. And then she does this with her arms or something. And you just like wield her by her leg. Swam, swam. Squam, squam. Like, just imagine this whole world where you go out into the world and then suddenly a dude.
It makes it a lot
struts-
more important to find a decent wife.
Right? Like,
It's
if your wife isn't great,
what
it's
the
like
fuck, bro. If you don't turn at least into like a laser chainsaw, we ain't
you have to
doing
be
this.
a laser chainsaw at least. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna have a hard time
out.
out there with other fucking men in there.
Dude, I'm just
Laser
imagining this world of like kind of roamers, dude, and you just get going around with your
That's
wife,
so anime.
and then the other dude comes along, and then you're like, and then like the sun in the background causing a black silhouette. You woke up, brandishing your.
It actually slightly off topic, but it reminds me of this anime. I forget what it's called, but it's like the world's most paranoid hero or some shit like that. It's
Okay.
another type of isekai anime where if you die in the normal world, you get transported to like a fantasy world and you play a
Oh.
character there, right? And it's like this most paranoid motherfucker in existence ever. They're like, cool, you're about to start, level 1. And he's like, I'm not leaving this area. He starts doing push-ups in the start zone. starts doing push-ups and sit-ups in the start zone, like levels up to level fucking 50 or some shit.
Oh, actually levels up in the start zone.
Yeah, dude, does like a million trillion push-ups or some shit, like level himself up to
A
level 10
million
before it even
trillion.
starts.
Christian, 1,000,000 trillion, dude. It would take
I'm giving you a big number.
The universe
example.
would have restarted itself. And
Time
this dude is
doesn't
still,
exist there. Bro.
Still doing push. Okay, and like, was it actually worth the watch?
It was so funny. It was so damn funny because it's like he's kind of like, I don't know if you know Konosuba. Do you know Konosuba? Okay, well anyway, he's got this goddess that's with him the entire time, and she's like the goddess of healing or some shit like that. And you know how usually it's like the main character perving over the goddess. This time it's like the exact opposite way around.
Goddess is perving over
The
him.
goddess is perving on this like mega person of a dude. And it's absolutely hilarious because he's not having any of her shit. He's just like,
You wanna give me that rock?
oh,
Like, I feel that in and of itself is the ideal fantasy, Christian. The reality where a woman idealizes you instead of it being the other way around, dude.
I love it so much when they use like English words in Japanese anime, because it's like she walks in on him doing sit-ups in the room, and it just shows his ripped ass six pack, and she's like, oh, six pack. Fucking died laughing. It was
goodness,
so
dude.
funny.
Anime as a medium, bro.
You're gonna tell me to go grab your fucking lighter, aren't you?
No, this time I'm gonna go in.
No, it's cool.
Oh, look at that.
Entire stream, bro.
I didn't even say anything. Like I was about to go do it. It's on the table, dude. Nani? It's right there on the little. You could have brought both, though.
I could have.
My disappointment is immeasurable. You can light
That's
if you
what
want.
you
to.
get when you ask me to do something. I used to do the same with my family. Eh? I actually used to train my family. They'd be
Oh
like,
yeah, I remember.
they'd be
that.
like, "Oh, please do this thing." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course," and I go and do it the shittiest way possible, so they never ask me to do it again.
Conditions his parents to not ask him to do chores by doing it like ass. Wield them like a scythe. Yes, exactly. Isaac. Give similar scar. Isaac. That would be so exciting. I think so as well. Never throw a cat. Never throw a cat. It's a furry chainsaw with hooks. Goodness. I'm just imagining now a whole new world where this dude has like an inventory of cats that he brandishes, and then he just throws these grenade chainsaw cat entities to people, scratching their faces off. I'm sorry. It's a furry chainsaw. Like two people that are insane kung fu acrobatics. You put blades on your hands and feet, and then they just use momentum to swing each other as weapons. Yes, exactly that, Isaac. I now envision a ninja cat.
What do you mean a
No,
ninja
not
cat?
that.
That's redundancy. Cats are all ninjas.
Here you go, we go.
Grabbing my phone, bro.
That's what I thought.
You know, just in case some mega hot chick decides to message me randomly.
Can I get my lighter, Christian, please? Oh, thank you. Please. That's better than nothing. It's just so I have one as well. I don't want to ask you for yours every single time. What's your spaghetti policy, Melt? What is my spaghetti policy, Christian? I've never been asked that question before.
Don't eat spaghetti is his spaghetti policy.
I mean,
Carbs are bad for you people. Eat
Lentils.
lentils and barley. Nobody eats lentils and barley, Estienne.
I
How
eat lentils
fucking
and
crazy
barley.
that is.
Yo, lentils and barley is good sources of protein and carbohydrates, dude. They're complex. They haven't been processed yet. It's good for you. Oh. I am 100 playing the role of mammy to my children. I am 100. I'm 100% maybe playing the role of mammy to my children, and I don't leave room for anything else. It's all consuming.
Yeah,
I
but
need to
that's-
make room for other roles.
That's
for
your
every
role
day.
right now, man. Like, That's tough. That's really tough. Like, if I were to become a dad, I think my role would become dad.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, in everything I do.
But that's almost like the point we're making today, dude.
Yeah.
It's like that understanding of you
But
can become your role so to the point where not only you believe
So
in
I'm
your
gonna-
role.
I'm gonna become slightly computer sciencey, where we have hierarchical user roles. So you would have administrator at the top that can do everything. Then you have other user roles branching out from there in a sort of inheritance structure. That of its own is how we try to live our lives. So you would have your main user role, which is like Estian or Christian or anyone else, whatever the hell you are. And from there would branch out, cool, like what are we from me, administrator? And I'd be like, cool, I'm a hippie, I'm a
Teacher.
hardworking citizen, I'm a teacher, I'm a soul journeyer, I'm an adventurer, I am a
Psychonaut.
druggie, I'm a adrenaline junkie, I'm a etc 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 etc, and usually those roles kind of bleed into each other. Hopefully, if you're a healthy human being.
So the thing that I'm thinking about, or at least what you talking about hierarchy brought up for me rather, is this understanding that the future we're moving into is going to be one of less hierarchy instead of more hierarchy. At least that's the way I envision it.
Less hierarchy. Not a fuck.
I think so, dude.
Not a fuck. Have you seen how complex shit has gotten?
Yeah.
You see how many genders we have, bro?
But dude, that's not
It
hierarchy.
just exploded recently.
Again.
No, I'm saying a lot of things are leveling into many other things.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
to say that each level of the hierarchy is also expanding.
Okay, I hear you.
We're gonna get a lot more. A lot more. The amount of classifications. Just school alone, have you seen how fucking complex shit has gotten over there? It's no longer the emos, the jocks, the sporty kids, and the pretty blonde girls. It's like everything. Everything in everything. Everyone, you're getting like dual personalities now, where it's like the emo sporty kid.
Sporty emo kid, dude. I'm thinking about, what's his name, Brett from Inside Job. Legit.
Yeah, legit like that.
legit has emo
I was
painted
thinking
face.
about that.
Brought it up in me as well. Emo painted face, while like at the same time playing football. You know, being the, what do they call them? That high.
Jocks.
The high role in football.
A quarterback.
Quarterback.
The high role in football.
It's literally the high role, dude.
the most important.
I don't even watch football, and I know that's
A
apparently
quarterback.
an important role for people to play. Could turn your limb into an animal to use as a weapon. What would you choose? A lion, easy peasy, or a grizzly bear?
Honey badger.
No, dude. Like you just have like a honey badger like at your arm. Like I'm imagining you have the
kidding
toy.
me,
Dude, a grizzly bear will eat your honey badger like it's
I'm not so
yum
sure,
yum,
bro. I've never pinned a honey badger versus a grizzly bear. I've seen a honey badger take on an entire pride of lions, bro.
Yeah.
Let's not even go there, bro.
Christian, grizzly bears literally have blades attached to their arms. 12-centimeter blades attached to every
A
arm.
honey badger can survive
Poisonous
bites, bro.
Bro, I'm pretty sure I would rather have a. I mean, either lion just because of, again, swiping power, dude. That's what I'm thinking. Is like, seriously, like, what's the honey badger's gonna bite you.
Okay, no, logistics for this question. Do you grow the entire animal out of your
That's the way I
hand
think
or
about
an
it.
aspect of the animal?
Oh, that's so. I was like thinking almost like on a genetic level, your arm transforming, and you have actually the strength to be able to hold it up into this animal momentarily, and then it's gonna like swipe.
Because
it
if
out,
that's the
wipe
case,
it
I
out.
might just take like octopus, bro.
Octopus.
Yeah, or
Then you
giant
just
squid.
Have like 8 arms suddenly on one arm. I mean, that's a big yikes, dude. Oh goodness.
It'll fuck you up.
It will fuck you
It'll
up.
fuck you up.
I mean, it might be like a slow and horrific, contorted death. Maybe we should move. Maybe we should move on from this one. Thank you for the beautiful question, Isaac. I think I might be like a
Snapping
giant
turtle.
snapping turtle. Ooh, you've got a shield and a snapping beak. That's actually big brain, dude.
Wow.
Actually big brain.
Isaac, yes.
You
Prison school is freaking
I
hilarious.
was in prison school.
Dude. Oh my god. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's about this all girls school that recently has turned into both girls and boys.
Oh Okay.
And the first year that has happened, there's only 5 boys in the entire school
And
of just girls. And they are so strictly monitored that if they do anything wrong, they go to prison school. As in, like, in the same school, they're
There's a
just in the prison.
Yeah.
So they still go to all of their classes, but they're wearing prison uniform. They're like
goodness.
chained up. They're being monitored by prison parole guards. But here's the problem: the prison parole guards are fucking super hot girls,
Of
high school
course.
girls, bro. And it's just extremely perverted anime, but it's so funny, absolutely hilarious.
Creating a world that has less limitations than the one we're existing. Like that's what I think about art these days. Actual Python arm. Actual Python arm. That's
Everyone's going for the stakes here. Bro.
I mean, like you would be able to strangle someone and like break their bones as well if you had a Python arm. Would be sick. Or like an octopus. There we go. Like an ogre. Would be like the ogre. That would be horrific. I'm just imagining the imagery of what that looks like. You know, this octopus with 8 tentacles coming off of your arm. Tempting, but hand fangs. we do up here. Oh well, now I'm imagining the entire animal as the arm, like a gorilla arm, and your shoulder like the ass. And it was,
Yes,
I was
the
imagining,
whole animal. With
I was
the
imagining like the
You're
end.
basically puppeteering it like your arm is up its ass.
Goodness, that's horrible. I love my oats. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon is just eating oats right now, listening to this absolute insanity. Thank you. Isaac, we need to doodle these ideas out. That's the horror. Goodness. What have humanity done? Mariah, it's nice to see you, Fred. Natalie, I'm confident we've got the hit manga. You've got the hit manga on our hands. Hit manga? Oh, like
Hit
the
manga,
actual
like
manga
manga.
type of like show, you know. Oh goodness. I'm imagining a big daddy in this universe has gone too far and big baddie, not daddy, and has a permanent transformed every limb into an animal. Just a ball of flailing predators. Like one is like a grizzly bear, one is a lion, one is a octopus, one is a snapping turtle, whatever. Maybe
Are we really
torso
gonna go
stuff.
into which animals we're gonna want on each limb?
Dude, I don't know. I was just thinking about what the imagery of what that person would
My
look
dick
like.
is a black mamba.
No, dude, that thing kills things, Christian.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you're
But-
no longer having sex ever again, dude.
Well, if you have to transform your dick into an animal, what would it be?
Oh goodness, I don't know.
A naked.
What did I
boy.
sign up for?
Can we skip the topic?
Now he wants to
Can we
skip it
skip
on
the topic?
after like throwing me so deep.
Just skip.
I'm gonna skip.
Cut.
Cut. This was
Cut the
not
tape.
in the planning. So like
This is where the
editors,
live channel goes on.
editors cut everything.
CIA Bob is now on us.
I have to go, mom. Now have a beautiful weekend. Go and be a mom, Natalie. Thank you, Fred. Cheetah feet eyes. Cheetah on your feet, dude. People are very quickly seeing through the veil of money, equating, I'm guessing, equaling happiness. The only thing that is keeping us is the access to resources like food and living situation. Exactly. And all of those things we already have abundance of.
And we have a lot of that in South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's pretty damn sexy in SA.
It is.
In terms of
it's a
living
beautiful
standard
country.
and food, my dude.
Yeah, like our food prices, I feel might be like some of the lowest in the world right now still.
To be fair, a lot of people earn a small amount of money here as well, so let's not
Yeah.
discount.
No, that's true. Like our average salary is something like $280.
No.
Yes.
Average
3,000
salary.
3,600 rand.
Oh, you mean dollars? I was a bit confused there. I was like
Yeah.
$280, bro.
Most of our friends are American, so bucks to you is Daras. Dara bears.
Dara bills, dude. Oh my god.
It's crazy, dude. 280. Melt, could you hold up a grizzly bear? Like, I'm imagining you actually gain the strength of the grizzly bear and the rest of your body as well in that moment, right? Like, it becomes you. It literally is you, right? So you get all of the strength of the grizzly bear.
Or you'd get dragged behind its ass.
Dude, no.
Your
Just
good
run
runs
there.
off after
Your
your
grizzly bear goes and mauls things, and
some
you're
dude
like
tries to
hanging
rob you
there.
and you're like, whoa,
You know what I'm
idiot."
imagining, Christian? I'm imagining you using this power and then mauling someone to death, and it's just like someone on a building watching this whole scenario, seeing a bear suddenly appear and you with arm deep in its ass. Then it like you flailing as it kills something, and then it disappearing again, and you standing there. Like the horror, dude. Like I'm imagining this
There are
anime right
so
now.
many questions right now because it's like if the bear eats that dude, and then it transforms back into your arm.
You gain their power.
Do you absorb that dude
Of
into your
course.
bloodstream?
Easy
bro?
peasy, dude. Not like you. As soon as it turns back into like a normal arm.
This is a
because
horrifying. I thought we said move on.
because of
I thought we said
no,
move
never.
on.
Because
Cut.
of the horrific realization of like how you would be able to do that. It can turn it into genetic information. All of that stuff it's eaten, and then give you that genetic information as the some sort of boost. Though I can make it work in my mind, Christian. Or maybe you just like instant.
I'm not gonna discuss this
40
topic
kilograms.
anymore. Like this needs to be stopped.
Fine, Christian. Getting dragged. I'm so happy Christian gets it. The kid in the prison that keeps coughing blood gets me every time. Just had a massive. Remo, it's nice to have you here, friend. You're catching us at a funny time. This is Christian. You might have heard of him as well. That Remo is a dude who joined us after Adam told him about us.
Oh, okay,
What a
okay.
trip, huh?
So that's one of Adam's friends.
It is, yeah.
That's quite crazy.
He's like Adam has talked to Remo since he's back in South Africa.
Good for you.
Yeah,
dude.
you're doing better than we
Good
are.
for you.
A naked mom. I'm losing my mind here. No, don't you laugh, Christian. We're not discussing this anymore. That you cannot take it in pride. That joke that you made. Isaac, I'm dying. It's hilarious. I make around $435 a month. My rent is $1,100 a month. So, doing the math, I'm left with barely enough for bills. I'm guessing something is wrong right now.
You can buy food.
Oh no,
right?
like he's married as well, so that definitely probably helps. Barely enough for bills and gas and some groceries. Maybe a nice pack of gum. But I'm so blessed still. It can get better. It will, in fact, get better. I believe the future we're moving into is going to be one of abundance.
So something that I do agree and also not very agree about Nod's philosophies is manifest. As crazy and as stupid as it sounds, try to manifest. Try to imagine that, or believe in even, that things will work out. And also acknowledge that some things need to be done if you want those things to work out. So that's the part where I don't necessarily just agree with manifesting. It's that if you're going to manifest and you want to manifest correctly, understand that there are certain actions and events that need to take place to get to that level of success and dream that you want to achieve.
And realize that you can't help but do it. Right? Like that's why I'm so adamant about the whole manifesting. Is you cannot help but use the power of your current moment's awareness. And you can choose to use this current moment's awareness to believe in fear or to believe in love. In the context of believing in fear, imagining your reality, your future as a horrible one. In the context of believing in love, imagining to be a beautiful one. Right? And then all of the fractals of information of your current life, of your current experience, of the stuff that you've gone through, and the reason you're maybe scared of the things you are, like it's so complex. It's so complex, and I genuinely believe that we're doing magic in this moment. Just to be present, experiencing this moment right now is actual magic.
We were actually discussing just the other day how these things, these bodies, are the most technologically advanced thing on this earth.
Like we can imagine these phones as magic, right?
We were
Like,
just
the fact that we
starting
do
to
this.
take into account how crazy it is that if you break something, your body can fix it.
Literally heal you.
Literally like heal. itself. Like
You
sure,
know-
sure, maybe not completely break
A
your
cut.
bone out of
A
your
cut, just a cut, dude.
out of your body, or just the cut, or just like getting shot through a flesh wound, right? It'll heal. It'll actually regenerate and heal up. That is absolutely insane.
That's high tech, yo. You
Like, can you imagine having a PC where you like break a certain piece off, you're like shit, fuck, and then it like grows back stronger.
I mean, bro,
Stronger.
that's nanotech, areas. But I think like the point we're trying to make is we can trip out about the magic of listening to music, for example. The fact that we have these speaker systems powered by batteries, turning electrons into pressure waves in the air, and then you hallucinate sound, you hallucinate music. Music's so realistic, so tangible that you literally want to move your body to it. And the fact that without you, there is none of that magic. That these things that we consider to be so magical and right, like sufficient technology is indistinguishable. Sufficient enough technology is indistinguishable.
Advanced enough technology
Yeah.
is indistinguishable from magic.
And you are that advanced enough technology, first and foremost. And now we're creating these extra forms of it. So realizing that you are that, and then when I say manifest, it's technically the action as well, dude. Right? Like you manifest something, and I think of manifestation as just thinking something, it being completely mind-based, and then making it reality.
Do you know what I find so bizarre about human nature? The second we're capable of labeling something, we sort of lose interest in it.
And yet that's the first thing we try to do when we see anything.
That's the first thing we try to do whenever we see something unknown. Is we want to label it, we want to be able to explain it down to a molecular level, or even an existential level, philosophical level. We want to be able to explain it in every way, shape, or form. And the second that we can, we lose interest in it and move on to the next thing we don't know.
Yeah. And I genuinely believe that that's why people will come into the stream. You can put it down for now, thanks so much. People will come into the stream and be like, oh, Heath Ledger? Oh, Kit Harington? Oh, like, what are you doing? Oh,
Fuck
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. I can get a little bit later. It's pattern recognition, and it's trying to do that, dude. It's like trying to say that this is the thing, and then you can choose to lose interest in it. So blessed still. Love you, brother bear. Do you mean a week? Oops, a week. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you, Isaac. 430. So okay, thank you. I'd be off pretty rough. I mean, I was like trying to imagine Jasmine helping. Jasmine isn't allowed to work while in the first year of school. That's some ass. I mean, I'm good for her. For real. I was like, whoa, bro. Me too, bro. I manifest a good bit. I have like such a little care to make money. I'm awful keeping track and stuff like that. Jasmine's goals take her to a high-paying career. Our plan, our couple, is to stay home in the future, care for kids, animals, etc. And I find my true role is a caretaker. I want to offer my hair services for free to folks that can't afford. In my ideal plan, I am free of the need for money thanks to my wonderful wife. This would allow me to truly pursue sharing love, volunteering with people, providing kinship and time without the fear of making sure I'm working enough for myself. I'm blessed with a partner who sees the vision as well. And right now, like legitimately, because she can't work right now and she's basically finishing her school, he's working. He's taking care of her. So, and he's gonna be doing this for the next 3 years, right? So, and he's like aware of that, and he's willing to do that for his, beloved. And then there can be this transition period. But the babe, thank you for manifesting. Like I can see in this future where you give people haircuts, where you can make it like a whole, space that you share, right? Like you can provide that as a space to the world. And then you can have these conversations with individuals who have haircuts, dude. I can only see it right now without the fear of making sure I'm working on everyone. Isaac, that's beautiful, right? So beautiful to see into that reality, to dream that with you, Brother Bear. You were truly blessed, Isaac. Oh, thank you. I've always been so bad at caring about money. I'm quick to share to the point of being broke, but I'm proud of that. I don't want that damn paper. It doesn't mean anything in the context of human connection. Blessed beyond what I can imagine. I hope to consciously use these blessings to better the whole. Thank you, Isaac, for choosing to friend I believe you will, Isaac. He already is. Like, I'm feeling changed right now in this moment. Isaac, you're a legend, and so is Jazzy. Therapy will happen. And they have COVID right now. He's saying all of these things, having COVID right now, dude. Like, just imagine the power coming off this dude.
Oof, bro.
Yeah, oof, big oops. Thank you for the beating heart, Calabanza. It's nice to have you here, friends. Ciao. You were unlocking questions in my head I didn't even know existed. Of course, it was the spaghetti policies. You know, who would have known? On B, it's nice to have you here, friend. I missed you yesterday. I thought about you this morning as well. Infamous suck. I've had to play the role of mom for over 10 years and I've lost myself along the way. You see,
Wow.
that's the question that I was trying to address.
You gotta, that's hardcore. I don't know if I would try really hard, but I don't think I'd be able to retain myself if I was a mom or dad for 10 years. 10 years. How do you've already changed so much in just being with yourself.
It's a projection.
In just 10 years.
It's a projection because as soon as you have a kid, this kid projects onto you, dad. Right? But that is
caretaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit.
So that projection becomes manifest. That little being literally manifests you as a parent as well, and it's a whole trip, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know how powerful your children are,
Of
bro.
course, they're God.
You will take care of me. Okay.
A kid is the best salesman in the world, dude. How many times have you heard like, bro, I want this thing? Your dad's like, nah, fam. And you're like, bro, you do not understand.
I have really, for the longest time, wanted children. Since I know myself, I have wanted to have kids. And I have endeavored so hard to try and make that happen, to the detriment of certain relationships, if not all of them.
You want to share why?
What? Oh, because it's a lot of responsibility.
I mean,
and on top of that, it's completely understandable considering the age that I was trying to do it in.
yeah.
I was like very enthusiastic about it. I wasn't being stupid about it, but I think they sort of took it as this guy's way too enthusiastic about having kids right now. Like,
Holmes, I feel again, it is in a way the role you were expected to play.
yeah, maybe, who knows?
Like seriously, Holmes, right? Like you thought you needed to have kids in a certain time frame. And like I'm genuinely trying to feel into this experience of thinking you have to play a role and then not meeting.
See, the truth is, every single relationship I've had, I've been the lesson.
Yeah.
I've been the fucking, let me show you what it can look like. You know, what it can be like, a genuine, caring relationship. And I think it just seems too intense for them, you know, in what is normally expected out of like a modern day relationship, right? And everyone has the wrong idea. So it comes down to like a sense of maturity to the point where you can be like, all right, this person is really trying. Like they actually really love me. And I feel nothing for that. So, or you feel something for that, but both ways, either way, there's a big decision of whether you put in the effort and you stay with that person, or you be brave enough to let it go. And be brave enough to admit it to yourself and be brave enough to admit it to them. To say like, listen, I actually don't think it'll work between us. And you end it then and there, not but in the early stages.
Takes a lot of strength.
And that time period varies from person to person. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Some people will get like 2 years into a relationship, 3 years, 5 years into a relationship, get married and have children into a relationship before they're like, I don't think I can do this.
50%, dude. 50% divorce rate. That's a lot of people not feeling like they've made the right decision, dude.
So when you fall in love, make sure you fall in love, man. Like you actually really fall in love, because being with someone is fucking difficult, man. It takes a lot of faith. It takes so much faith. Belief, in the other person.
That's a trip, actually, yeah.
Trust.
Because this person's gonna play a role in your life. Right?
Dude, for me, the biggest thing is you are going to be 50% of
Of the role.
the next
Yeah, the relationship.
thing, the next
Experience,
next
consciousness.
big adventure.
Exactly. It's because the love you have, and then the love this other person has, and then the love for one another, it creates a whole new little Vesica Pisces, center reality. And if there isn't contribution from both sides, that reality doesn't exist.
But I also believe in the complexity of each and every person. I do believe in the complexity of human beings. Human beings are utterly... You're not able to box them. You cannot explain them. They can just change. And people do just change because of either traumatic experiences or really wonderful experiences. There's massive change that can happen out of nowhere. Suddenly, from your highest highs, you are now dropped and in your lowest lows. And your personality changes, your habits change. You have to acknowledge that in a human being. So I get it. And I think we're actually becoming more aware of that, of like how we can change so much. That's why people are like, yeah, I did that in my 20s, but that was like so dumb and like totally not me now. Because I changed.
I mean, it is the truth, though.
Yeah.
I mean, not only did you change, but you're a completely different person, even.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a part, it might have something to do with roles as well, where you play this role as a child. You play this role as an adolescent, you play this role as a student. And then you do the things that comes along with that role, dude. Sometimes people get so caught up in the roles they have to play that they do things that they don't even enjoy, dude.
We often do things that we don't enjoy because there's also this fad of you don't grow unless you're out of your comfort zone.
Can hold weight.
It holds a lot of weight. It's very true in many ways, but you can also grow if you stay in your comfort zone. It just depends on what you do in your comfort zone.
You can put yourself out of your comfort zone in your comfort zone.
It's in your comfort zone to put yourself out of the comfort zone.
There we go. Make the uncomfort zone your comfort zone.
Oh god.
Oh goodness. Thank you, Brother Faye, for sharing.
One order of magnitude. But
It's how about this?
quantum.
How about multiple layers?
It's insanity, dude. It's pure insanity. Have you seen how people think out there? It's very linear. Everyone is very linear in the thought processes. Very clinical.
It's an attempt to control.
Do you think so? An attempt to control.
It's an attempt to believe you have control, at least. We believe that if we analyze even more factors, even more information, that at some point we're gonna hit a satiation level where we're gonna be like, okay, now I know what's going on. We would literally have to process with all of the resources in the universe to even get close to understanding what's going on. And we never will. Not supposed.
I think one thing that truly astounds me and lets me wake up in the mornings and go, I'm so excited to see what happens today, is because I cannot believe we're getting along, 8 billion of us on this planet right now. I genuinely do not know how we are, just like vibing.
Love.
We're like just do your thing. I mean, yeah, there are a couple of shitty exceptions around the place.
And the
but
exceptions are the one that's the loudest.
that's minute.
Yeah.
Some bigger than others, but it's still comparatively to the collective, it's quite minute.
Like think about the good that you've done, just in your life alone. The amount of good experiences you've had, the amount of good conversations, the amount of smiles, the amount of flowers, puppies, good things that you had to eat, right? Just in your life, right? And then multiply that by billions, just on this planet. Who knows? Who knows how many different orders of magnitude there are in that as well? Yes, on P, here at P is in a way just a matter of time. I will be a monument milestone when I get a hold of all of these peeps in my chair all in time. Thank you so much for manifesting with us, Bethany. Dude, I cannot wait. I want to take my child out into the world and just allow them to tell me what they see. I want them to teach me. I don't want to point and say that's a tree. This is what it does. That's such a good point, dude. Like just to ask them, what do you think that is? Hearing what they think of it. I want to walk up and be like, whoa, look at this stick thing. Proud of you, Christian. I had 3 long-term relationships with people that were not my person. Looking back, I just thought so much love and care into a person, thinking that would be enough. And produce enough love for 2 people. It has to be easy during normalcy. It's like 2 love banks. You have to fill both accounts. If you drain one, fill the other. This imbalance. Completely right with Isaac. Thank you for sharing that, friend. There's no manual for falling in love. How can you know until you try? It's a beautiful point as well. It's better to have to loved and to have lost than to not have loved at all. As a understanding as well. Some people have to change. We cannot help but change. Try come with traumas that translate to wisdom. Your mess becomes your message. The stuff you go through becomes the things you can teach. So beautiful. Trying comes with traumas that translate to wisdom. I feel like we change, but we have to acknowledge the change. It takes awareness to sit with your natural reactions to stimulus, realizing that you thought that maybe causing said reaction, that you've been through that maybe causing said reaction. This conversation not hitting close to home, it's hitting her. Thank you for sharing your words, Christian. Thank you so much for the day. I really appreciate it. Not that it's wrong. For instance, I have a lot of conscious baggage that's been from being in years of emotionally abusive situations. I talked through it thoroughly with Jasmine. I'm so happy that you actually get to share stuff like that instead of it being shunned. I became aware that I'm responding in a certain way based on a past experience, coloring my expectations of an experience. I acknowledge, explain, and then feel like I have changed. Being able to just acknowledge, right? Being able to say that, oh, I'm reacting in this way, I'm feeling this specific way, and being able to feel comfortable enough, open enough to actually share that in that moment, instead of having to hide that. If you are too afraid to confront our situation that has led us here, will we ever see where we are? I don't think we ever see from anywhere other than here as well, right, Isaac? That's the trip. That's why it's difficult to sometimes acknowledge the change that we've been through. But then, if enough time has passed, we can't help but. It's nice to have you here. Who needs tears? Thank you for joining us. I had to play the role of mom for 10 years. Hey, love you, mammy. It's very relatable. I'm playing the role of a broken fuck who is defeated by the rat race and not hopeful for anything to get better ever. How dareth thine gobbed goo? Things will get better eventually, dude. Maybe all of humanity will end.
Never say never, bro.
and we
Famous Justin Bieber words.
We will. Even just Bieber words. Never say never. We will be primordial goo again, dude. And then things might be better. You can't say ever, dude. Ever is an impossible word in forever. I can give you daily updates if you need any reason to not have kids. Thank you for the anti-encouragement.
People are really hitting hard with like Don't I've seen it all over Instagram as well, bro. It's like moms posting on Instagram their horrible lives with their children.
Just suffering.
It's so terrible.
And like this dude has been tripping out about almost needing to have kids. So I'm happy that the world is starting to shout at him as well. Oh, another self-proclaimed weed shaman. There are more of us? Dude, self-proclaimed weed shamans are in big supply apparently because we're another. Can you believe it? We get to be put in a role. Wow, I'm lucky to have you. Won't give no credit. I do kind of like his username because it's like K with a Reddit. It's kind of it's a little bit smart. Why can't you be as smart as your username, friend?
Oh, come on.
Heather, it's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us, friend. We've been sending you so much love. Like we had a friend actually ask us to send you some conscious, mind vibes, and we did. Dominator is what it's called. So dominatrix and dominator, dude.
Wow.
So it kind of makes sense, I guess. That's a tough role to play. Which role would you like to play if you could pick any role you like? Now that is a good question to ask, Mammy. Thank you. Sentry, hello from South Africa. It's nice to have you all the way from from Australia. Ciao, I'm doing okay. How about Domi Madrid? Domi Madrid? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Thank you. Just the artist, musician. It's still good. Service. Ninja Peach, Ninja Nanner, getting love sent to them. Hope Fruit Cup isn't keeping them too busy. It's time to absorb some cannabinoids. Zwam, zwim, zwim, zwam, zwam,
Oh my God.
zwim, zwim, zwam. Cannabinoid absorption increases. Thank you, Brother Isaac, for joining us and for telling me, dude. Joining us in the 420 frequency. CC Rose, good morning to you again. It's nice to have you. Hey, even Dan, melting people. How are you all? I just imagine Dan almost coming from this, I imagine like a white wall with like an arch and like a little bit of a mini balcony, and him wearing like these beautifully long white kind of like satin robes, and it has these gold kind of like inlines, and then he just like leans over this balcony, and then it's like, melting people. How are you all? Thank you, Dan, for joining us, man. It's so nice to have you here with the bear. Just sent you a very now ironic and funny voice message. Thank you, Kira Burr, for sending love. Bunch of good-looking dudes smoking pot to the internet. Yes.
It's not like that.
Yes.
It's really not like that.
That's exactly what we're doing.
It's not what it's about.
You've put us in a role. Congratulations.
Stop putting us in boxes. Stop it.
Oh my goodness, Christian, your hair has gotten so long. Hearing you break shit down of your hair gives
Poopsie.
me. That's Dan, dude.
Oh, Dan.
Poopsie.
Mahalo, Dan.
Thank you for the love at the back. Sucks super out there playing a role of wizardly, cling to the good, saying you love friend. Thank you for sharing love with her as well. I appreciate it, Mammy. Good to you back. Yeah, it's hard to separate yourself though, and can get deep and dark. Am I not still a lover? A daughter, a sister. Being a mama is the most important role with my children, but we don't want to forget who we are. Thank you, Heather, for bringing that into this space. I couldn't agree more. So beautifully said. Oh, the sunshine. Speaking of children, my son is calling me. There we go, Mammy, to the rescue. They know what role you play. You see jocks and emo sporty kids. I see future swaggered customers. I told you. It's a whole thing, Christian. I explained swagger to Christian, Dan. Thank you for that. Future swaggered customers. I'm Andy also hang up mode. Professor Goo, so cool to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Ciao. Now, what next time? I'm gonna ring all of them. It was my favorite part of visiting a temple when I was a kid. Anyway, the huge ones were high. So I had my parents lift me up so I can ring them. I rang them all. Chow has been manifesting change into this universe since he was a little kid. Look at him. Machine, thank you for ringing those bells, Brother Bay, for experiencing all of that frequency. Have you solved the maze yet? I wonder. Joel, thank you for the power. I appreciate it, friend. Eating machine. Little eating machine. Children. You see, Christian, you think I'm bad. A child is more expensive than I am, Christian. Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom, snake. Thank you. Thank you, Kira Burr, for the drama. Important one, Melt. Thank you for doing that. Maybe that should become a thing. If you really want me to catch your message, like add like a little hashtag and then type it out in big letters. Are you watching India versus South Africa cricket today? South Africa is leading the series by 2-1, and India is battling right now. So at this point, I ask what role I should play, Christian. Should I be a liar and be like, oh yes,
India is batting.
we're avid watchers of cricket. Me and Christian never miss a
We're
game.
connoisseurs of cricket, actually.
Connoisseurs. We
True gentlemen in the
we
sport.
only drink the highest quality of cricket, on the daily.
Each game is visited if it's within a 200-kilometer radius. If it is not, we take the flight.
Oh goodness. No,
We're only.
unfortunately.
These are actually pre-recordings done.
Yes.
Because we're live at the game.
Right now. We're just, we've mastered the ability to be at two places at the same time, Christian. Like we have projected our consciousness, split our reality in two, looking into other realities where we did go to the game, where we are actual cricket
In
connoisseurs.
truth, I know absolutely jack shit about cricket except for like 6 runs. Or, that is a term, right? 6 runs.
I don't even know.
What is it when they hit it?
I don't even know that much. Or
I know they protect 3 sticks that stands out of the ground, and then they, hit the red ball with the bat, and then they run up and down.
Chow is like shooting. Either like I has like a smirk on his face, but still shooting daggers at us, dude. Like these dudes. Thank you, but the Chow. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I hope they, do well. I hope your country does well, kind of, right? Because in your world, I want you to win, actually, friends. So I kind of now, I'm not rooting for my own team because I don't watch and you do watch. So because you watch, I want your team to win. Go India, Fred. Love to you. God, every moment. What if it wasn't the front part of the animal, but the rear? And that grew out of your arm instead. Which animal do you choose now? Good question, Galabanza. I'll answer it by saying, like, maybe a horse to get, like, a super hard kick. And I'll leave it at that. All is indeed well, and I'm hoping the same is true for you. Thank you, Joel, for sharing that love, friend, and that, hopeful intention. It's Professor Goo here. He is damn Reddit in this unblockable block to people. Still cannot see on B either. Has anyone had a resolution to this? Kira Burb, you have to go to your profile and then check your privacy settings. And then in privacy settings, I believe there's like a block list where you can unblock people. Leadership, thank you, friend. I kind of miss how hard the weed hit when I was really sick. It made everything wavy, zoom, squam, squam. Literally feel like you're transcending reality. How did you two enjoy the last bit of Stranger Things? It was good. Christian?
What?
You have to come and tell them what you thought about the last bit of Stranger Things. I mean, like some of the friends might not have seen it just yet. I have to get all. That's okay. It's okay. I'm talking to the peoples. I want to get all the Melty fam that have the same haircut as these two in a line. I'm imagining a good Joel Hamer as type skit where someone's trying to find Melt at a festival and we're all there. They keep tapping at people's shoulders. I love it, dude. Where it's like, oh, Melt, and it's like, oh no. I mean, yes, but no. And then
What?
again, Isaac asked. First, what did you think? What did we think about the last bit of Stranger Things? In vague terms, what do you think? Do not spoil stuff.
Oh, fuck. Upsetting.
Upsetting.
It was pretty upsetting. I was hoping there wouldn't be a cliffhanger, and then there was a cliffhanger. I also hate redemption arcs. Well, not redemption arcs. Well, it's kind of like a redemption arc, but like hero loses superpowers. Sorry, spoilers. Shit. Spoiler alert.
It's okay.
Oh, they know she loses superpowers. That was
Yeah,
in the
from season
previous
3.
whatever. No spoilers. and Hero has to like fight to get, spoiler alert, powers back.
Yeah, that's that bump. I enjoyed the second bit of his comment was he imagines a skit where all of us that have these curly hair, like there's Aiden as well, there's Isaac who also has like our type of hair, and then imagining the skit where we're at the festival looking for me and then keep tapping on people's shoulder and then it's you and then it's Isaac and then it's Aiden.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it was a beautiful imagination. Thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate that, Isaac. Professor Goo here. Dan, random question. Any of my Melt friends watch the Obi-Wan show? I don't have access to Disney Plus just yet. Like, there's apparently a bunch of shows on Disney Plus right now, like gang shows. So much shows, dude. I know we say this regularly, but I can't help but to say it again. I love and appreciate each of you so much. You included, Christian. Thank you. Thank you so much, Andy, for that. The way if your hair is grabbing onto each other's money. What you said?
I think she thinks our hair is grabbing onto each other. You have to understand that if that were to take place, my hair would latch off of my skull and consume Estienne's head. So I'm consciously always keeping just enough distance between our hairs touching.
He's extremely scared of being touched. I don't know if it's trauma. Brother Mindful, thank you for joining us. Waffle Makers, nice to have you here as well. I have to start cooking, actually. Interesting on you, for real? When? Now. or at least now, wherever you are then. Dude, I did have a kid until 33. Don't worry about a time frame. Find the right person to have a kid with before having one. Hear that? Until 33, Christian. 33.
I like the next one. I did not have any children. I found the right person to have a bunch of cats with.
The capital letters
Yeah.
bunch. Thank you, Tafel, for sharing that fractal as well. It's one way to know they're the one. But one thing I found helped me wasn't picturing my life without them, picturing with them without me. If seeing them without you is okay with you, you shouldn't necessarily be with them. That's a good one, actually, dude. And that's what I've been saying to you as well, Christian, right? Like, I was sharing with him, you know, why I don't hold any resentment towards my exes anymore. Because my ex needed a certain reality. She needed a certain dude to play a certain role in her life. And now she's married. And I wouldn't have been that for her. And that's what she wanted. So I can't be angry at her. I can't resent her. I can only look back with love at the relationship we had, even though she ended it on stupid terms. Now, in hindsight, because you know I wasn't the role. I wasn't gonna be the role she wanted me to play ever. Tap on my shoulders. Upsetting is a good word. I'd agree with Eleven's arc being annoying, but it does serve a good way to explore the lab more. True, it's a storytelling device. That's the way I saw it, actually. It's weird. I don't love Vecna's whole shtick, but does make the show more intense. It
Don't
does.
get me wrong, I was pretty gripped. I was pretty freaking gripped. I couldn't tell who Vecna was until like the very end. So I had my theories. I was predicting a bunch of shit, but yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've enjoyed a season this much. I was desperate to finish it, so I have a lot of good things to say about Stranger Things season 4. I always say the nitpicky stuff first, though, so I can get it off my system.
It was fun to watch, dude. I mean, I watched it twice. Honestly, the bullies are the monsters that season, dude. And even though they were monsters, initially it started from a place of love as well, dude. That's the trip. That's actually the
Nobody
trip.
was wrong in that series, man.
It was just people
People
playing
doing
their
their
roles. People playing their roles, dude. Like he was the role of this bully, of this monster, dude. And he played his role very well. Yeah, my favorite season so far. Steve is still the Samwise of the show. Oh, Steve, dude. Such a dude.
It
thought I
makes
was
me want to
very-
like chastise myself, bro. Steve went through. I haven't cringed in pain that hard in a long time as well. That was hard to watch, man. That was really hard to watch, which means it was great.
Yeah, I mean, you felt
I felt a lot.
you felt
I felt a lot.
Baffle Baker. That's crazy. Like I can't even imagine thinking that you're pregnant. Just like imagine that with you for a moment. You think you're pregnant. And that whole trip. Can't even picture it. I'm so grateful for your for you, soulmate. Thank you, Eden, Ninja Peach, and Ninja Nanner, 420.
Hmm.
Have a little kid together. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. No, there isn't. Nothing wrong with it at all. We're just talking about this. Reddit blocked Uncle Becky and Joe Bot on me. So damn sad. What? Why? Melt is like 20 minutes behind. Only like 11. Ciao. Just. How do you take me for? It's been said to me in the past, too many cats sound like a foreign language. I only have 5 right now, but I would be happy managing the Hemingway house. For some reason, I hear Hemingway house and I just see like 700 cats. So, like, you cannot look anywhere in the house without seeing cats in your periphery. You keep cats. So, what else? You would go insane. I feel like I would kind of insane just imagining it right just now.
The smell.
The smell, the toxoplasmosis in the air, dude. Crickets, the baseball type game, cricket. Although I mean that's sacrilege, but
The
yes,
baseball type game.
the
Yeah.
spot that inspired baseball. Exactly. 2 of you have made my day with that cricket talk. Thank you, Chow. I'm happy we could give you a friend instead of being like, oh, we don't watch cricket. This is pre-recorded because we're live from the game. That's awesome, Banana. I have 2 cats, 3 dogs, and a fruit cup. The baby. I want to get another cat, to be honest. I always see cats that need homes and come so
That's their
close.
entire shtick, lady. You're letting them in. You're letting them win. The
That's
more
the
cats
best
we
thing.
have, the
Like
worse it
we
gets.
have a friend like Adam. We were talking about him at the start of the stream. His mom has like apparently 25 cats or something.
You know they actually do release like pheromones into the air that
Yeah.
make you addicted to them.
Yeah, it's toxoplasmosis, Christian.
Yeah.
That's
what-
it.
Oh, is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Toxoplasmosis.
It like literally it can turn rats into these weird zombie like where they just run into open areas and they're like, what the fuck? Get me out. And then the cat eats them and then the cycle
Cats are
repeats.
evolving, bro, along with us.
Oh yeah, everything is. It's a block bug. I can't think. You can just click it away. What? I don't think you can just click it away. That's some nonsense. Does cricket have dangerous speeds and corners that they see around, or does it have pushing or shoving? No, no pushing or shoving. Running back and forth.
You have to catch the ball.
Yeah,
it's
catch
kind of
the
like
ball.
baseball.
And it is a very hard ball that you know hit pretty fast.
Fucking hard ball.
It's very hard. It's a sick joke. I've tried to unblock. I refresh and it immediately blocks again. Come on, join us on the YouTube. At this point, like PSC, Reddit, come on, dude. You're being rude. The agony when Christian said that, relatable. Like
That's all drama. I wasn't actually in pain.
He's
I'm still
insane.
young.
He's lying. We've been pushing way harder than I feel Christian is trying to like hurt me or something.
I'm not.
He's like, how can I hurt this?
I'm putting him through yoga camp. He wanted to be a yoga instructor, so
I am a yoga
Yeah,
instructor.
you're gonna be an even better yoga instructor now.
Like we actually had another session today, you know, like teaching yoga as a morning class, and I felt so good. I believed in myself. I was like, holy shit, I am a yoga teacher. And then I asked him about it, and he actually like just shared some positive love with me as well. So I appreciate that, Hose. The army,
my dude.
the army kept getting bigger because we lived in a neighborhood of mostly rentals, and then people moved out. Sometimes they leave their cat. Oh, that makes sense. It's not, I don't feel it's fair, but it does make sense. Reddit be like, gotcha. Funny, Reddit. It's hilarious. Thank you. Please stop. Vampire guy. Hello. You wanna become a vampire friend? For as little as 9.99 and 9 cents. If you in direct deposit, then vampire. Yes, that's how scams of the internet work. Oh, friend. No, we're not
I'm
vampires.
kind of concerned though. Like,
That's what
I'm
people
kind of
do.
concerned to wake up one morning and it's like, yeah, vampires exist. This, can you? Why not? If everything is possible.
You want me to tell you this?
No, I don't want to know if you're, in case you are, because that's like, I just saw your fangs along the thing and I'd like to erase that from my memory forever.
his imagination was like, wait a second. Whoa, wait. I can't see it, but
In an alternate
Am I seeing
reality,
it?
I'm currently getting my blood sucked by mouth on the ground.
I can't do it online, dude. That would be highly frowned upon by my vampire.
They would think you're
cohorts.
pretending, bro.
Would you believe that?
Yeah, 100% would think they're pretending.
Would you still believe I'm pretending if I do it right now? Hell yeah, the sticky comment worked! Thanks, ciao. Yesterday I added placeholders to tag the subreddit and streamer. Good day, my dudes. Good day, Uncle Beckers. How cool to have Brandon here, dude. Can you imagine?
Yeah, Uncle Becky.
Dude, have you seen this dude's beard?
Uncle Becky. We were on a podcast with Uncle Becky, bro, of course.
Bro, like it's even crazier now. Straight up going for like wizard level beard at this point. New Samwise, if I was Mike, the ring of people would have been ground beef. That ring, oh yes. Like Isaac, I was not having it, dude. Like I was like, why is there not like a whole thing happening? Why is he just like standing on the sidelines watching? You know, I completely get you at the back. Dude, the bats. I was squirming like hell. Glad y'all enjoyed it. July part 2. Yeah, it's coming soon actually. For me, instead of cats, it's rabbits. Rabbits, dude. Rabbits are kind of cute though. Have you ever like had a pet rabbit? They can become pretty docile and like
Do you want me to
affectionate.
unload my trauma on you?
You had a rabbit that died.
Had a rabbit that my grandmother killed.
Did you eat it?
Yeah.
That's too real though.
I was friends with that rabbit, bro.
I had the same thing happen to me, but kind of like of a switcheroo, where I went hunting with my dad in the Karua. I shot my first springbok as a 9-year-old. I'm just like imagining my dad taking me as a freaking 9-year-old to shoot an animal. And I went through with it because I was like, okay, guess this is what we do. Oh, reality. Shoot things. And then while this was happening, like unfortunately there are these jackals that live in the mountains and they kill the mother animals almost like while they're having babies, you know, and then they leave the babies kind of, you know, to fend for themselves.
If
They
you
don't
think,
they
if
don't
you
eat the
think taking a
babies.
piss is vulnerable in nature, try giving
Birth, you see. Dude, and then
Bro, suddenly a pride, as you're giving
Like-
birth, bro, a pride of lions.
the thing that's crazy to me is that they leave the babies because of, I believe, their cuteness factor. They'll eat the mom, but they leave the babies to live. And then these babies are like these little stragglers. And then I had the opportunity to take one of these babies home and raise it. And I had to bottle feed this little baby. And I raised it with, not raised it with, but it was like living amongst the dogs. And it became convinced that it's a dog. And instead of barking, as we, you know, pulled into the driveway, it would just meh at us. And I would feed it with a bottle. And we had two of them coming from, you know, that place. And then we had this Hansi, uncle. We call people that aren't really family uncles as well for some reason in Afrikaans culture.
I think it's normal. It's pretty European, actually.
Okay. In culture. And then we exchanged sheep. You know, he took our Jam, which is what we called her, or him. He took Jam and we got, I think they called theirs some
Did
sort
they
of
kill
like
Jam?
They ate Jam, we ate one of theirs. So technically I didn't eat my own sheep, but still, I mean by proxy, it's basically the same thing.
Oh.
Drips. Oh, being a human being is odd. Being a kid in South Africa can be as well. Just felt heartbreak hearing that. Are you alright? Whoa, 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 whoa. Red Rapids, Jasmine. No, stop. Stop it, Christopher. Stop. Stop it with the and I just felt the heartbreak hearing. I was like, yes, it's shattered. It's shattered. Do you miss your bunnies?
No, man, her heart shattered.
Yeah, but why?
Because I explained bunnies dying, and she was
Oh,
like, oh, no.
thank
Oh,
you, Christian.
sadness.
Monster. Isn't it wild? Hunting is such a big thing where I'm from. I think it's the normal human things. I was taught that I'm like, are rednecks aliens? Yeah, like South African culture, Afrikaans culture, it can be very rednecky as well in ways. Some hummingbirds literally turn off to sleep at night. Yeah, that like otherwise they have to continue moving or their heart rate is too rapid and they burn too much energy and they die. Literally, they can literally just kill themselves by existing. If they don't constantly eat.
Oh,
We just like to shoot things and drive in circles while getting drunk. Talladega nights? I don't know what that word means. Talladega? Talladega?
Talladega.
Talladega Nights? That
think it's
movie
Spanish.
should be considered historically accurate to my childhood. The worlds we live in, dude, the roles we played, Isaac, and we got to, play the roles we had to and experiences, and that's the beauty we get to keep from them. Yay, Afrikaans Twilight. Bro, share love, suck you in with streaming, and then suck your bride. Yes, that's the whole thing that I've been doing this whole time. The reason people keep disappearing is not because they don't show up anymore, it's because they have been drained of life force. I'm just imagining 20, 25 years into the future, some conspiracy theorist, like scrolling through my videos, finds this information. It's just like, look, I have proof. Stop it, though. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop. Melt, would you like us to sticky your Patreon when you go live? That would be amazing. Thank you, Uncle Becky. Please do, but the babe. I love sharing there so much, and it's a means to support this place as well. I would really appreciate that. Thank you for asking. Will you cloak me in? Will you cloak me in your beard? That's such a beautiful question. Of course, my love. Suddenly, I'm imagining like this epic like battle in the background. And Aunt B is like, will you cloak me in your beard? And Uncle Becky, like no longer just a beard, but like a beard.
I'm picturing
Like,
cousin,
of course, but
cousin It from the Addams Family.
cousin It.
Yeah, because I know Thing was the hand, and cousin It was the hairy,
Oh yes.
the like fully haired dude.
The just hair, dude. Of course, my love. Thank you, friends. I remember my first time absolutely hammered. I was 12. The culture of just have to boss up and put hair on my chest, like what other animals, is absolutely wild. And hard as humans. Humans are crazy, dude. There's something wrong with us. Or maybe there's something right with us. And we're playing the roles as humans on planet Earth. I appreciate you, friends, for taking a moment to play this role with me as well. As friends, as communication partners, as people experiencing a moment of space and time together. I love you. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Cheers, cheers.